Hi everyone, welcome to English 9A. This is your vocabulary for set number 1. This is for both the advanced class and then my on-level class. So for my on-level class, once you get to the words with the stars, you can go ahead and stop the video and make sure that you have all the definitions written down. If you need to pause or rewind at any point in the video, feel free to do so. And then for my advanced class, you need to keep going through all the words until I finish the video. So I'm going to go ahead and present. And again, this is set number 1. Make sure you're writing this down in your packet or digitally on your Google Doc. And so your first word is vacillate, which is a verb. And this one means to repeatedly change opinions or desires. Google Images sometimes doesn't give the best free options for different vocabulary words, but in this picture you can see that the person is trying to make a decision. And so one of the things to remember is that they continue to change opinions. So my husband often complains that I vacillate between restaurants sometimes when we're trying to decide where to go out to eat. And so then I'll pick a place and then a little bit later I'll change my mind. So he does not like it when I vacillate between restaurant options. So I'm going to go ahead and go on to the next word. Again, if you need to pause or rewind and go back to the first word, feel free to do that. But I'm going to go ahead and keep going. The second word is vitality, which is a noun, and it means a lively or energetic quality. And so I picked a picture of cheerleaders because they often are known for having vitality. They have to have high energy because they want to feed that off to the crowd, so then the crowd can give vitality to whatever sports team is playing. Pause for a second, and then I'm going to go ahead and move on. So again, if you need to pause, go ahead and do that at this time. Otherwise, I'm moving on to the next word. So sustain is a verb, and this word means to provide for something what is needed to exist, continue, or etc. Any of those things. So what I think of when I think of sustain is trying to sustain a plant. If you're like me, I don't have a green thumb, and so I've tried to keep up with the garden. I have some hydrangeas, and to be honest, I did not take very good care of them this summer, and so I did not sustain them. And so I put a picture here of somebody watering their garden, because that's one of the things that you need to do. And that is one of the things that I did not do a very good job of this summer. And then, I don't know if I already said this, but I did not weed it very well. So that is what sustain means. The next word is forbidding, and that is an adjective, and it's used to describe somebody. So I know that you've probably heard the verb form of this word, which is to forbid, and that would mean to stop. And so I think somebody asked me about this last year, but this version of the word forbidding is an adjective, and it means having a frightening or threatening appearance. So with this picture, obviously, if someone has this in a movie, this type of face, or during Halloween, they might be seen as forbidding. All right, at this point, my on-level class, you can go ahead and stop the video or rewind if you need to catch up with any of the words if I went too fast. And then for my advanced English 9, you can go ahead and keep going. So the next word is impede. And this is a verb, and it means to slow the movement, progress, or action of. And so a lot of the times, if you have heard of people driving around in Ireland or other places in Europe, but I think I've mostly heard Ireland, you know that you can often be stopped while driving by a herd of cows or sheep or any livestock because they're just kind of free to roam. And so they can often impede your way of getting somewhere. And so I just think of that whenever I think of impede. All right, and then last word for the advanced class is exemplify, and it is a verb. And so if you're exemplifying something, you're going to show very clearly or to serve as an example. Now this picture, what I was trying to show was that people will show, coaches and players will show how to do a specific skill within a sport. And so they are exemplifying how to do that. Or maybe a teacher is giving an example of something. They are exemplifying what they want you to do. And so this, hopefully, if you can think of example, exemplify should hopefully be an easy word to remember. So just like I told the on-level class, if you need to at this point go back for any words that you didn't finish the definition and you wanted to wait until the end to do so, go ahead and go back. But otherwise, you are done with vocabulary. Make sure that you have submitted the vocabulary and context Google form, and otherwise we will put that away and we will use these words for our activities throughout the next couple of weeks, and then you will have a quiz at the end of those 2 weeks, and I will let you know when that is.